Welcome back to Trekyards, guys. He's Commander Cuckings.
He's got a Foley!
Today we're here to talk about the Malachowski class from STO.
From Discovery, Stuart.
Discovery?
Let's take a fresh look and see 5 years later. Well, no, set like 7 years later, 5 seasons. Stuart, first reaction to what you remember about the ship and then how this view looks.
Don't remember it, but I really do like this ship. It is a nice build and a nice stocky looking ship, and I really like the design. There's nothing wrong with it, actually.
Some slight history about the ship. It was designed, of course, by John Eaves, and then Degg, one of the famous Star Trek magazine and Eagle Moss builders, built the model, and Stowe made their own version, so it has his extra attention to detail when it comes to doing little details of it. So if you look at the actual model he shared some renders of, it looks significantly nicer than it has any right to, because he just put his heart and soul into it. Well, this view is very simple, of course, but there's a flow, I think, to it that is not in all those ships. It gives Miranda vibes, meets stocky, meets kind of fast still.
Yeah, it does look does look like it could be very fast. It's just a nice classic design, and it works.
Of course, that's the John Eaves fins.
Well, yeah, it's a Discovery kind of trademark.
Started with Enterprise B. It's just a nice looking, gentle ship. What do you think about the extended bridge module zone? Because normally bridge module is a simple shape at the top. This is a pulled back thing, and then also there appears to be a turbolift shaft at the back. Does that imply the entire bridge is a giant oval?
No, I would think there's probably a hallway to the bridge. Maybe the washrooms are on each side, and then there's the. I would assume it wouldn't be an oval bridge, but. We've seen that kind of design language with Voyager, where there's a hallway coming into the bridge from. So, I think maybe something like that. But I like that they pulled that shape like that. Again, it makes it feel faster and more sleek. Feels like it's in motion almost.
And also, this is meant to be a precursor. It doesn't necessarily feel that way. If you paint it like a TMP ship, it'd be a TMP ship without anything else, right? Just the paint. But it does make it feel less cohesive to what will become TOS TNG Voyager by having a elongated bridge module, because it's just different. I think it does work in general, but we're just being a bit different.
I also like the attention to detail on the hull, the lines, even the kind of shiny areas, shiny plates. It's a nice look. There's a lot going on, but it's still so simple. It's one of those.
Again, bias. This is one I like the most, and I think you can see why. The next view, though, is the back. That looks real nice.
Yeah, the struts really. I love that shape. That down and back up.
And you shouldn't, because they're goddamn giant and bulky, but they work here.
Yeah.
Well, they complement anyway.
Yeah, and they got the nice shaped nacelles as well. I don't mind these nacelles at all. And nice big impulse engines at the back as well, which is a nice touch.
And Shinjo and Discovery, etc., have that giant flat shuttle bay, which works fine. Yeah, the impulse engines look nice.
And guess what? The shuttle bay door is closed.
What?
Right?
That's a thing?
Every ship but Discovery has a closing door, yeah.
And the nacelles, I know obviously they were kit bash nacelles from other of this fleet, and they're not the Discovery nacelles. They're so busy with tech. I don't understand what any of it does.
I mean, the red ring at the top there, it's very similar to the thing that's on the front of the refit nacelle. It's kind of got that little, detail there, but colored differently. So that's kind of a tie-in. Plus the fins at the back, the
little grilling in it, yeah. Well, they've got the red and the green blinkies wrong around. The green's on the wrong side. Small thing, but But I like them even though they're busy, because they're simple busy. It's a thing. The next view, things are revealed. Da.
Very interesting deflector choice. I kind of like that detail. And it's going back to our Discovery Alpha, the 3 Bizarre collectors, although configured a little differently than the Discovery Alpha was, but still, I like that look. I like the multiple Bizarre collector look at the front. So
we need that redundancy of the 2 spare, but it gives a flow. That's actually a creative originality that Discovery did. I entirely commend that. And having the The NX-02 deflector, but added a bit of a glow. Totally valid. The juxtaposing shapes actually isn't so much on this one because the pylons are that. So actually, it's amazing how you can have lots of circles and lots of hard edges, and this one it balances well. I am of course confused by the fact that nacelles have giant cutouts, or I suppose, or they're just thinner at the front. It's not what was apparent in other views, so it changes its vibe entirely. I'm not sure why there isn't just more nacelle.
I like the look. I like the way it's stepped like that, and I do like if this was an aircraft, which John Eves is quite good at. You know, he draws a lot of his inspiration from. Those would be like air intakes for the turbofan engines or whatever. And I like the shape of the nacelles. I like that the front's a little bit smaller and then it goes that step down. I think that's really nice.
And a lot of phaser strips too, or phaser ball turrets, I should say. Like they are all over this thing in the saucer area. A lot of good, strong firing arcs. This thing is not playing.
Are there phaser strips there too? Looks like there's 4 phaser strips on the bottom here.
Can't imagine they do them on this.
Black things because they're in set.
I think they're just lying. I think just details.
Okay.
I'd be shocked if they're phasers. A bit odd to have 2 sets of phasable turrets either side of a lower planetary sensor dome, given that you can't shoot in a direction as you'll hit the dome. Seems like an odd choice.
Well, one's forward, one's back. That's simple.
Well, indeed, but why right there? Why not have it slightly further back and slightly forward?
Because it's a cool detail that looks awesome there.
Fair enough. Speaking of cool detail, a cool Tron-esque docking door at the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
cargo door.
I'm sold. I like it. Yeah, it does work, and even the indent a la Enterprise E in the saucer, just kind of push, and I guess XL's just pushing. Why?
Yeah, it looks less sleek from this angle though. It looks more bulky because of those struts, but still a nice looking ship. There's a lot more going on the bottom. It's not as simple as the top.
But it's gracefully bulky, which is actually a thing. Next view, so we've got the my brain to Bassards, of course they're not. We got exterior, aft, glow, grill, engine things,
which look hot. They look like they got exhaust coming out of them.
Yes, don't know what they do. Don't think they know what they do either, to be honest.
It's almost like they made them the wrong color. They should be blue. And there's the orange details on the side there as well, which
this view is certainly less cohesive, but not bad.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about it. It's just, yeah, it's less graceful than the other views.
Less graceful. Next view, front on.
It's pretty mean looking actually, but it looks bulky and like again, it looks like something that you wouldn't imagine that the top looks the way it does from this view. But I wouldn't want to be in an enemy shuttle and see this, because it's pretty imposing.
And in fairness, you could absolutely, I think, mirror this onto the top, including us NSLs, be very Stargazer-like. But the way the stepping is, you kind of bridge the top, as in, assume this was also the top. Add a bridge dome, you've actually got an interesting stepped, multi-layered. How'd that look, do you think?
It'd be interesting. I'm glad they didn't do that, but I'd like to see it. Yeah, a lot of the ships from Discovery are kind of the same shapes, even like the Gagarin class and the Baran. But like, let's slap a few more nacelles on. But still the same shape.
Bash style.
Yeah.
Do like Deflector though. It was always a good choice to go with the NX-02, but with a bit more oomph. Just a little close up of the shuttle bay and those aft details. Yeah, very Shinjo-like. Micro impulse drives next to the impulse drives.
Yeah, it looks like all one unit, just with like a thing between. Personally, but and are those phaser ball turrets? You think at the back on the top, just singles?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
makes sense. Although it's definitely missing a giant window, shuttle bay room below the ball turrets. There's just plates there. That should be a set of windows to kind of let people go in and out. Does it hold up, of course, to scrutiny orthographically, top and bottom?
A little more clunky than I would have expected, but it still works. It feels almost like a crab of some kind. It just kind of has that look to it, like a crustacean. I do like the top view and the bottom view as well. It's very nice. So yeah, I think it holds up personally.
I think this one doesn't hide its shape so much. We've looked at other designs recently, in fact, where what happened? This is very much why I picture it to be, proportion-wise. I think it doesn't serve the bottom as well. I think that looks too simple. I think the top works rather well in almost all regards. It's a nice top view. Having that curve, that graceful curve of the bridge dome, brings it back into that Trek TOS, pre-TOS mindset. The bottom, you have almost all harder shapes coming across. I think it needs some more softer shapes out of the top to bring the design together. I think both can almost be different ships in terms of, you know, those subtleties. Even so much as and this is actually going to I'm saying this, the bottom of the nacelles, they feel more angular. For some reason, the top of the nacelles feel more curved, just a little bit, just the way they taper. So, do you know what I mean? Like the top has more of a curved shape, but it's very, very subtle. But I think it just makes the top work a good chunk better than the bottom. What do you think? Am I overdoing it?
No, I can see exactly why you're saying that. They are more rounded at the top. I think we saw that in the other views. But, yeah, the bottom view doesn't have the bulkiness that it did from the other angles because it's straight on from the bottom. It feels as sleek and as smooth and as simple and as elegant as the top.
But blocky compared to the top.
A little bit, yes, because of those struts. They really make it stand out. Actually, if you put the ship upside down and put the bridge on the bottom there with the struts on top going down, it would feel like very Miranda or even like Parliament class kind of thing. And I think it would still work. But I like this ship. It's a...
the top view gets top marks. The bottom view, I think, doesn't. But not bad, just in contrast. Of course, the other views... side, front, and back. Well, that back is just the bloody Franklin. Just with side... That's crazy how similar that is, or at least tonally. It changes the puns where they are placed. But goodness, that's just Franklin.
Front is nice. Like I said, I like the way those struts are angled. I think that's a nice look. Even from the side, it works. It's so simple, but at the same time, it's sleek and fast looking from the side. And it's aggressive looking from the front.
And Franklin from the back. I think the side view, it feels now significantly smaller. I don't know why. If you ignore the window scale for a second, assume it was only 3 decks of a shuttle or 2 decks. The shapes are so conducive to, like, this also is 1 deck, and the thing above it is 1 deck. Just the way it's so flat and smooth gives me shuttle vibes. Like, big shuttle, but like runabout vibes. It's very flat. Discovery loved their flat shapes, and it created no depth in motion. But when you start, as in motion from a side view, when you start doing the 3/4 turn, suddenly you have, it's like the NX-01, there's no depth until it moves to the side. The front view is reminds me of a Transformer for some reason. Like you say, it's almost got its own personality. Grrr, you know. While still being... I think the pylon let down a little bit with how flat and straight they are. At the front, I think that doesn't quite work with other shapes. The back, I think, it works better. But again, the front... You know, some views have those curved shapes. The front has a more curved batch of shapes. The back has more harsh angle shapes. So they each have do different things. Crazy, Stuart. Crazy. But we return ourselves back to the first picture. One of the better angles, but I'm missing a bit more of the side. It's yeah, like I said, I'm biased to it. It's one of my favourite of the Discovery side fleet. I'd be happy to see this, you know, tweaked, given a Stranger Worlds tweak, and put in the fleet. Maybe less grunge, but bring this back, you know.
I do agree. It is a very nice looking ship. So, what do you guys think, though? We always care what you guys think, so comment down below. That's what the comment section is for. Make sure
we sold you on a Discovery ship.
Yeah. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell icon to all, because we like hanging out with you guys. We do it quite often.
And if you want to support us directly, you can. A few great ways. Patreon, it's monthly. Any amount, for any amount of months, up to you. Helps us immeasurably. Or join the channel on YouTube. Same thing, but on YouTube. Or Super Chat during any live, or even pre-recorded lives. You can do that, as in like pre-recorded premieres of videos. Or Super Thanks on any video. Any. And just, you know, say hi in the comments. We like you saying hi.
That's right. So, until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
He is Captain Foley.
See you later.
Bye, guys.